What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 32 of our Sochaux Let's Play here in Football Manager 2018. We are back once more with another Europa League game. Today, we're going to be taking on Spartak Moscow at home. Since we were last here, 3 games played, 3 okay results. As you can see here, we've taken on Metz, Cannes and Amiens. We started off with the game against Metz, and, well, we lost 2-1. Pretty disappointing. We were actually really bullied in the first half of this game. I think at the end of the first half, we had less possession. We'd only had 1 shot on target. We mixed things up, we went more attacking, and we scored within 2 minutes. Fuchs getting the goal, but from there, we just kind of threw away our lead. The first goal, it was a little bit disappointing, I guess, to give the room for Nkudu to get the shot away. And, well, the second goal that we conceded, a set piece. Something that we're still trying to stomp out of that game. And whilst it was disappointing, I guess, to lose this game 2-1 and concede, the silver lining is that looking at these next 2 games, we have kept back-to-back clean sheets. The first game we had against Cannes, a 2-0 victory, a very commanding home performance. They didn't have a shot on target all game. Jay Katongo played for them on off the bench. He signed for them as a free transfer at the end of last season. And, well, a really good own goal, actually, by De Silva, a back heel, followed by a Harry Wilson goal, which was another really good passing move, actually, the Harry Wilson goal. It secured us the lead, and, well, 2-0 it finished. A very good home performance and a sellout crowd. Anyway, our most recent game against Amiens, a 3-0 victory. Panna, coming back into the first team, grabbed 2 goals, one of which literally broke the net. I don't know what happened with the physics, but, well, it was a good finish. He hit it with some power. Francisco Trincao also scored a nice penalty into the bottom corner. And, yeah, Panna got a second goal of the game in the 87th minute. So 3-0 it finished. Another good performance. And, well, if we quickly look at the league table, you can see after 7 games, we're in 4th, which is where we really want to be this year. The aim this year with the board is a top 5 finish. Goal difference is looking pretty good at +7. Obviously, if we can continue to get big victories like we have been doing, that would be fantastic. But yeah, looking pretty rosy at the moment. You know, if we can hold on to 4th for the entire year and match what we did last year in finishing 4th, that, as far as I'm concerned, would be a very good season. Anyway, in terms of little bits of news, there's one transfer that I've made that genuinely, like, I am so excited about this player joining us. This guy, Mikhail Kubik. Holy Santa Claus. I can't say the next word because it's rude. He is absolutely redonkulous. He has just turned 18 this month or last month. He's insane. My scouts found him. I was looking at the Czech national team, looking at the players in it, and you can see Vasek, our own player, who's out on loan from the Czech Republic. He was called up to the Czech national team, and Kubik was just sat here, and I checked him out. We've paid 2.5 million for this guy. He was wanted by Man City and Manchester United. He's absolutely godlike. I mean, he's only just turned 18. He could be... I mean, I want to say he's going to be the next Ducasse, but when you compare him to Ducasse, yes, Ducasse is quicker and slightly better when it comes to his attacking. I mean, these two could be a dream strike partnership. I am genuinely trying to think of ways that we could potentially play 2 strikers, because Kubik, he's too good not to play. He's not quite as fast as... Ducasse, not quite as good in the attacking attributes, but he's great in the air. His mentals are good. He's 2 years younger as well. And, well, actually, no, he's nearly 3 years younger. And I'm just so excited to see what this guy might be able to do for us. He's not going to be joining, unfortunately, till the 1st of the 1st. I'm not sure why it says we don't have a scout report on him, because we literally do have a scout report on him. I scouted him recently. I've noticed there's some weird bugs with the internationals. Players, when you view players on international levels. The only thing I can think is that because we've just confirmed the signing of him, it got rid of the scout report. I want to check now. I'm not going crazy. I literally scouted him. That's really weird. I don't know why the scout report vanished after he agreed to join us. But either way, he looks absolutely godlike. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do for us. And, well, hopefully he can turn into a good little player for us going forward. Anyway, that's kind of the extent of the news, really. Today we're going to be taking on Spartak Moscow. It's actually not been that long since we were last here for the game against Basaksa here. So I'm hoping that we can get another win. Of course, we won in our first Europa League game 5-3. We're looking to match that again if we can today. You can see we're in Group C. Leipzig did beat Spartak Moscow. So if ourselves and Red Bull Leipzig can win both the games today, each of us, that would put both teams in a very good position going into the next set of games. Anyway, in terms of team news, still got a few injuries to speak of. Almada still out injured with that torn groin muscle. Almeida also out injured. Pendant unfortunately not fit to play today's game. That does mean Ben Chilwell comes into the side. In terms of the starting lineup for today's game, a little bit of news actually before I get into that. Sunday West I've loaned out. He's gone on loan to Saudi Arabia. He wanted to play regular first team football. I can't offer him at the moment. I've loaned him out. As a result of loaning him out, we lost our backup goalkeeper. So to counteract that, I've brought Prevost back in as a backup from his loan spell at Le Havre, where he was playing regular first team football. I know he's not going to be happy about it, but I do need him as a backup goalkeeper. The only issue with this is I can't register him for Europe. So if Lafont gets injured, we don't have a goalkeeper for the Europa League group stage in the senior team. It would have to be an under-21 player who takes the reins. That does terrify me slightly, but Sunday West is a player I don't want to make unhappy because I do feel like he could be a very good player for us in the future. So anyway, in terms of team, he's Lafont in goal. At left back, we're going to go with Chilwell. Kind of forced into this because of the Pendant injury, but Chilwell did play well last time we were in the Europa League, so I'm hoping he can replicate that today. The back two, we have Ducasse, of course Felix, alongside him, Diarra back from injury, still not quite match fit, but a very good player for us. Had a great start to the season prior to his injury. Hopefully, upon his return today, he can look good. At right back, we're not going to play Alex Pinto. We're going to play Valentin Gauthier. We're going to give the Frenchman, the 16-year-old, a chance. We played him in the league last time out, and he got a 7.4 rating. I want to see if he can do it in Europe now. He's only 16. He needs regular first-team football to improve. He gets the nod today. And, well, good to see another product of our academy making a mark on the first team. In the centre of the midfield, we are going to go with Chevalier and and Fuchs. The reason for going with these two guys is I want to kind of keep showing faith in them. Pana has played well recently. He is going to be on the bench. Of course, just a player who likes to score goals for fun. And, yeah, he could be a difference maker on off the bench if we need him to be. Left mid, we go with Trancao. On the right, we, of course, go with Mbula. Moroni in the team as advanced playmaker today. Had a very good little stint playing this position prior to his injury. Hopefully, he can put in a good shift today. And ahead of him, we have, of course, Ducasse on the bench. Fairly standard bench with a few injuries to see Dougie Potes come back onto the bench. Obviously, Pana as well making an appearance here. And also Alex Pinto and Calavera, the two kind of backup fullbacks we have on the bench as well. So anyway, let's see how we can get on into today's game. A good result last time out in Europe. I'm hoping we can replicate that at home. Our first home game in the Europa League as manager. I'm really excited to get into this. Let's give our fans something to cheer about today, boys. And, well, let's see how we can get on. Worth noting, Gabriel is injured for Spartak Moscow, one of their key players. I was looking through Spartak's team. It's a good squad. It's not a great squad. I feel like we probably edge them in terms of overall quality, and I'm hoping that we're going to show that today. At home, I'm looking to replicate that commanding performance we gave last time out. Hopefully, continue our little run of clean sheets, yet to concede in our previous two games. And, well, let's see how we get on today. Spartak actually on the early offensive here, although Gauthier reads it. Of course, a big day for him. 16 years old, making his debut at right back. And, well, we have a chance here. Ducasse pulls it to the edge of the box. It was one of those screwed up crosses that almost goes in. Ben Chilwell could still put it into the mixer. He does. Headed away, but Trincão's there, back into the mixer. It's just a big mad scramble at the moment as Mbula comes away with it. Can he pull it back? He can. Ducasse is there, and Ducasse finds the back of the net. 1 minute gone, 1 goal to the good. And, well, what a way to bounce back. Lovely play there. And having, well, struggled to have the ball in the initial highlight, within the next 30 seconds, we've got the ball, we've controlled it nicely. Mbula turns two men, uses that pace of his, pulls it across, and Ducasse finds the back of the net. Good to see him getting back on the score sheet. He's actually been in a little bit of a rough run of form, Ducasse. You may have noticed in one of the games, he didn't start for us. I actually started Melee ahead of him. I do feel like in FM it's beneficial to sometimes just bench players who aren't playing well. Give them a game out. Give them that motivation, that kick up the backside to start performing. And, well, good to see Ducasse, well, seemingly reacting to that kick up the ass. Anyway, we're on the attack here. Moroni to Ducasse. He is through on goal. He could score another. He should score another. He doesn't score another. Spartak with the save, and, well, they could have been 2 goals down after 6 minutes. It was a golden opportunity wasted. Chevalier at the edge of the box to Fuchs. Could he score? He hits it. Blocked away for another corner. I mean, we are bombarding their goal in the early stages of play here. Spartak Moscow not looking that great, if we're being honest. I don't want to speak too soon. Chevalier, edge of the box, to Moroni, who hits it just wide of the mark. But, yeah, we are peppering their goal in the early stages here. They are kind of mirroring us with a 4-2-3-1 system. Of course, our 4-2-3-1, slightly more defensive with Chevalier at defensive midfielder. You may have noticed, actually, I'm currently playing him as defensive midfielder on defend. I'm still kind of experimenting with ways to kind of help shore up our defence, because it has been a little bit kind of fragile, as you guys have seen early on this season. But since we've kind of switched Chevalier to defensive duty rather than support on that defensive midfielder role, we have looked better in terms of balance. Anyway, we've got a chance in. You can see Chevalier here. He just kind of sits in this nice pocket of space, offering a bit of protection, which is kind of what we need from him, really. He's a very good player with the ball at his feet, but defensively he's also superb. Luis Adriano here, experienced spearhead at the head of this Spartak attack. And, well, they've got a corner here. And set pieces, they've not been our forte. We could do, well, I was about to say we could do with defending it well. We're not even going to see the set piece, so we dealt with it well. But there's another one here. Yano whips it in, head it clear someone, and, well, that goes narrowly wide of the mark. I do think Lafont had that covered in goal. But either way, not ideal as that whistled by the post. 35 minutes gone. Lafont has been very good in goal for us so far this season. I'm still waiting for one of those kind of standout man of the match performances that happen once in a blue moon in FM. But generally speaking, bar the obvious clear-cut chances, he really hasn't put a foot wrong in terms of obvious mistakes yet, which is, well, great to see from a goalkeeper, because if you've played Football Manager, you know how error-prone goalkeepers can be. Anyway, we've won the ball back here in a nice area. They committed a lot of men to the attack. Ducasse, fantastic ball through to him. I'm not sure who gave it to him. It was Mbula again, actually. What a ball that was. And we double our lead in this game. We hit them on the break. Spartak actually had a lot of men in the attack here. You thought we might be in trouble. Chevalier, lovely block. Moroni picks up. Mbula spots that pass. I'm not sure how he's seen it. Ducasse latches onto it. And this time, he makes no mistake in the one-on-one. Tucks it away. 2-0 up. And, well, Spartak yet to have a shot on target. And it's been a really commanding and confident performance so far by us. Looking very, very solid indeed. Right, boys, I'm very happy. Keep it going. Gautier yet to fail a tackle. I mean, at right back, I don't know how much he's been tasked and tested today. But, well, he seems to have gelled into this team very nicely, the 16-year-old. Certainly a player who I'd love to give regular first-team football to this year alongside Pinto, just to really help his development. Anyway, we've got chances. Chevalier still looking for his first goal. I've got that air of anticipation that he's going to one day score an absolute banger for us. But, yeah, he's failed to hit the back of the net yet. And, well, we've failed to find our man there with that pass. We've invited some pressure on here. They're breaking through. Trincao reads that really nicely, however. And, well, can we look to break here? Moroni roaming. Ducasse through once more with his pace. Gets in behind. The tackle comes flying in this time. Really nice tackle, actually, to clear the danger. But, well, we retain possession. A lovely pass by Ducasse there. Felix just an absolute god with the ball at his feet for a centre-back. And it's Mbula to Ducasse once more. Options on ahead. Oh my gosh. Hit that with some power. Goes narrowly wide of the mark. Ducasse, though, what an effort that was. Whistled by. You thought for a second it was just going to ripple in the back of the net. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. But, well, we've got the ball again here. Ducasse going to be looking for his hat-trick, of course. We're only in the 47th minute. There's been lots of chances early on in this second half. Cabor bringing the ball forward with them. Luis Adriano, I'm noticing a lot of their players are on bookings. That might be something to keep an eye on. And, well, Cabor here back with the ball. Goes to Popov. Lots of men behind the ball for us. And, well, Felix reads that like a book. What a tackle that is. And, well, we look to build once more from deep. Moroni, Ducasse, lots of grass ahead of him. They're playing a very high line, inviting pressure onto themselves. Ducasse, what a run! And the finish deserved to be better at the end of it for the hat-trick. He found some space. He just charged down their centre-backs. They backed off. They afforded him space and he managed to get by them. Unfortunately, the effort at the end of it was somewhat disappointing. We've not really dominated possession in this game like we sometimes dominate possession. There's some games where we just seem to absolutely boss the ball, and this really hasn't been one of those, but I don't feel too kind of desperate to go more direct and be more desperate in our play, because playing this controlling style, they're having very little of the ball in front of our goal and creating actual opportunities. And, well, we've got the ball again here. Fuchs with it. Moroni. Can the ball get whipped in by Trincao? It's a cross. It gets deflected. The keeper has to put it wide. 4 clear-cut chances in this game. Somewhat disappointing to only have converted 2 of them into actual goals. But I guess on the flip side of things, given how poor our defence had been to start the season, we seem to be finding a little bit of cohesion there. And that's, well, showing at the moment in this game where we've looked very solid indeed. Anyway, looking across the team, everyone playing quite well. Trincao, a little bit of a quiet game for him. I think we'll bring in Wilson just to give him a little bit of time. Fuchs also looking a little bit tired in the middle. Let's bring in Panner. He got 2 goals in his last performance for us. Playing against a tiring Spartak side could be very, very good for him, I feel like, to maybe give him a little bit more of a boost in confidence and maybe add to his goal tally for the season. He really has been a fantastic Mazzala for us. It's a little bit odd with Pana, really. Obviously, a player who we signed in our first year at the club for peanuts, and whilst he probably isn't of the calibre of a lot of our other players now, he just seems to find the back of the net, and, well, ball at the edge of the box to Pana. You expect him to finish it. I mean, as I say it, I mean, there you go. It's just what Pana does. I can't explain. He just isn't... He shouldn't be as good as he is the way I look at it. He's average compared to a lot of the other players in our team, but there is something about him that when he gets the ball at his feet, he just seems to know where the goal is for a centre mid. One touch, knocks it round his man, finds a little bit of space in the box, tucks it away into the bottom corner. Lovely finish, 3-0 up. And, well, job done as far as we're concerned. At the moment, at least, assuming we don't completely bottle it in the last 15 minutes, we are making this Europa League group stage look very, very easy. And the teams in it look very average. Of course, Leipzig, perhaps the trickiest team in our group, still to play. And I believe that, we have them next game immediately after a game against PSG. So 2 massive games for us, really, there. As they, they tried to get the ball through here. Pana to Chilwell, to Wilson. Could we get another? 75th minute. I'd love to bloat our goal difference. Ducasse wants his hat-trick. You can see it in his eyes as he hunts down on goal. Moroni here. No one really in support. Hits it from range. It was ambitious, I think, by the Argentine there. Puts it wide of the mark. We still do have 1 sub that we can make. I think we will make it, but, well, let's wait for this chance to play out. Ducasse, throw on goal. Can he finish it this time? Keeper saves it. Another clear-cut chance, I think, there. And I think with our last change, Pommy wants to bring on Mile, but I want to let Ducasse get his hat-trick. We'll wait and see if... We'll give Ducasse until the 85th minute. But I feel like for Mile, I'd quite like to just give him a few minutes, really, just to see what he can do. Ducasse, edge of the box. I mean, unselfishly tries to put the cross in there. I feel like if I was him going for my hat-trick, I probably would have had a shot. But, well, it's a good job he's not me, isn't it? 10 minutes left in this game. Leipzig absolutely spanking Besiktas here. So that's an interesting one, actually, because that does mean that whoever wins, really, the game against Leipzig next time out, puts themselves in a great position just to win the group outright in the Europa League with a game or 2 to spare. I didn't bother making the sub in the end. Time flew by, I'll be honest, but it doesn't seem like it's really going to matter here. A minute left. There is still time for 1 more if we want it. Moroni has picked up a knock. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. I mean, let's not concede now. I'd quite like the clean sheet. We don't get them as nearly as often as I'd like. This is a good opportunity to get a 3rd in a row. You'd have to say they've really not created a whole lot here. And, well, you wouldn't know that Gautier was only 16 years old playing right back. Not put a foot wrong in this game. Wilson on the attack. Of course, on loan from Liverpool, Wilson. I am a fan of Harry Wilson, but I don't know how good he is in terms of long term. Of course, he was a player we signed before the big influx of money from Ricky Martin, but he's proven a good squad player. And, well, we have a chance here. Ducasse. You thought he'd get the hat-trick there inside the 6-yard box. They managed to bundle it clear. Unfortunately, it seems like it's just going to be one of those days where he can't find the 3rd. But nevertheless, 3-0 it finished here. Dominant display, 1 shot on target against us. A good win, boys. Gautier covered 13.8 kilometres. He's pretty rapid and full of beans, that right back. And, well, with a game in not a whole lot of time... Terrible English there, but with a game in not a lot of time's time in Gungam, who are going to be taking on in 3 days... we've got to look forward to that game and perhaps look to rest a few players, maybe rotate the team. But, well, yeah, Ducasse picking up a little bit of a knock, nothing too serious. Moroni's nothing too serious as well, but they might miss that next game, so that might be an interesting one. Look at our fixtures going forward. We've got Gungam next. I think we will do PSG and Leipzig as a double header next time out. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. If you have enjoyed today's video, do leave a like on it. Another great result for us. So far in live comms this year, we're looking unbeatable. We've scored 13 goals in the last 3 games, although conceding 6 in the first 2 wasn't ideal. Good to keep a clean sheet today. Anyway, guys, that is going to be all from me today. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like on it. Do greatly appreciate it as always. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.